What's that? Bring in the pizza. No, Tina. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Very nice. I know, my hands kind of hurt too because I'm a hardworking woman who builds things now, so...
Oh, yeah, your little desk. Tired. Little desk moment.
Hold on, I just drank a lot of apple cider vinegar recently, and I have to burp, and I don't want to burp into the mic.
Okay, go ahead. I'm going to edit that in as the sound of me burping.
Do not. I don't want people to think that I'm vile. My mom makes...
Nicole would never burp.
I don't do that. My mom and my stepdad make fun of me and think that I'm vile for that, but... I can't help it. I burp
in public all the time.
Yeah, I know. It used to.
Ew. I'm like, you do it.
No, it used to annoy me so much when you used to do that. I used to get, like, livid with you. I would be like, Jake,
literally just, like, out of nowhere. Disgusting. I'd just be like, bah.
Yeah. It was so awful, and I hated that. But now that I have an excuse. I have a medical condition. I just don't know the name for it yet. But I'm going to find out on the 21st. Oh, my God. Burp-alicious. Our podcast is going up on Tuesday. So when you guys are listening to this, everyone give me good vibes, good thoughts, good vibrations coming my way for me and my esophagus and my tummy and my insides. So that when the gastroenterologist sticks his fingers all the way down my throat and he tries to figure out what the problem is with me, that he figures it out. So please send good vibrations my way. Thank you.
Yeah. When Nicole has fingers down her throat, that's when you know. I don't know. That's when you know. Yeah. Nicole, how's your week been? Anything fun?
So much better than the last week. Like, literally last week was so bad, but I also don't want to say that it's bad because I feel like if I say it's bad, that lets some people, like, win. You know what I mean? Like, if I say it's bad, then the people who made it bad are, like, kind of like...
successful in their endeavor.
Yeah, they're, like, girl bosses. And so I don't want...
we're not about that.
Yeah.
No more girl bosses.
No, so. I don't want anyone to feel like they're a girl boss for making me miserable. So actually my week was amazing last week, and it's even better this week. So...
Wow, that's so great.
I know.
Good for you.
Can't you tell? Yeah. I'm, like, so much better this time around.
Yeah, and no, because last week you just seemed so amazing.
Oh, yeah, that's true. There was,
excited.
There was nothing wrong last week. Such a zest
for life.
Last week, I was on top of the world, and so this week it's even fucking better. Like, I've never been better in my entire life.
It's like you're in a movie. Like these last 2 weeks have been a movie for you.
Fuck the girl bosses.
A very happy movie where nothing bad happens.
No. I posted a photo the other day, and I was like, I'm so ready to have a good day today. And then I was like, wait, every day is such a good day. Every day is the best day ever.
So true. Do
you know what I did that day that made it such a good day? Do you know what was, like, the peak of my entire month that made that day so good?
What?
I went to IKEA.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that. Didn't I reply to that picture of you where you were like, ready for, or this girl's about to have a great day.
Something
and I
like
went,
that.
Oh, good for
her. Yeah, that's, like, becoming my, like, fun time is, like, going with my mom places, whether it's the Polish cemetery or it's IKEA to shop for a new desk, which I have a whole story about, which I definitely want to share, but I don't want to be rude. I want to ask you about your day and your week, so please hold.
Oh yeah, I'll prepare my answer.
That's just become such a fun thing for me. I just love getting out of the house and running stupid little errands, and it's making me so excited for life every single day that I can't wait to run another stupid little errand, and I'm trying to think of what's the next thing that I can do. It, like, breaks my heart that I can't go to IKEA again because I don't need anything.
You can always go to IKEA because they have... Did you have, like... Oh, wait, you can't have, like, the meatballs or the ice cream.
I had veggie meatballs.
They have veggie meatballs there?
Yes. And I think...
Yum!
I think they were planning on having vegan ice cream. We didn't look this time. We normally go shopping for food. Like they have a good food section. Like, we'll usually pick up... It's kind of weird, but we'll pick up... like, my mom bought some tea from there. We usually pick up some of the jam from there. My mom loves saying it all because my mom speaks... Oh, my God. I don't mean to be stupid, but IKEA is...
Swedish?
It is Swedish, correct?
Yeah, but is that the language that Swedish people, like, do...
Swedish?
People from Sweden, they speak... Is Swedish a language?
Yeah, Swedish is a language. Wait, hold on. Don't make me feel insecure.
Because sometimes like people.
Yes, I understand.
I feel like
I know what you
those
mean.
European countries.
Yes.
Sometimes you can like it's hit or
Well,
miss with
yes.
whether they're called what they are or not. You know.
Swedish is spoken in Finland. What is spoken in Sweden? Oh my god. I hate.
Finnish. I guarantee it's Finnish.
What is spoken in Sweden? What is the most common? Swedish. It's Swedish. It's Swedish. We're okay.
Okay, cool.
It's
So Swedish is a language.
Yeah. Kind
Wow.
of how like Portuguese is not the most common language in Portugal.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's not like
except the opposite of that because the most common language in Sweden is Swedish.
Swedish. Exactly.
So yeah.
Wow, we're kind of girl bosses right now for knowing
I know.
that.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it says.
Wait, education is so important.
It says Swedish language, Swedish svenska, the official language of Sweden, and with Finnish, one of the two national languages of Finland. Swedish belongs to East Scandinavian group of North Germanic languages. I say this because my mom knows so many languages. You know this because like we sit on the phone together and she'll just start.
And she'll be like, this is how you count in German.
Yes, literally, and start teaching you. No, so it's so
Exactly.
fun when we go around IKEA and like my mom will start pointing things out, and she's like, "This is what this means." Like there was like a whole like one of those doormats, and it said like Heika, I think it might have said, and I was like, "What does that mean?" And she's like, "It means fun. It means like lots of fun. It means like a party almost." I was like, "Cool, Mom. Like, how do you know these things?"
They called the floor mat like party.
Yeah, I guess so. I think so. Someone
Weird.
someone is definitely watching this who speaks Swedish, and they're like, "These dumb fools." No, it doesn't.
Wait, I'm just like confused because I guess some people call like products and furniture like different things.
Yes.
Right?
Like there
okay,
was
that makes sense.
there was a frother, like a milk frother, and it was literally called product. And I was like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, that
Yeah, it
is correct.
What are they called?
I'd like one product, please.
I'm trying to look for these doormats. I can't find them, so they might not have existed. They might have been a figment of my imagination. However, there is one that says hi in English, another one that says mi casa es tu casa, which I don't think is Swedish. So
That is definitely not Swedish.
yeah, definitely Finnish.
Probably. Yeah. Wait, Nicole. Wait, why did you wait?
Why did I go to IKEA?
So you just bought a desk at IKEA.
Yeah. Why?
Where'd you get your lamps?
IKEA.
Oh, okay. So it's like lamps and desk at IKEA.
When you go to IKEA, I was literally towards the end of IKEA. I remember where I was exactly. I was in the candle section of IKEA, and I remember thinking to myself, going through IKEA is like going through all like the stages of like death.
Of life?
Yeah.
Oh. The
Well,
opposite of
I
what
guess
said.
life would be probably much better, to be completely honest. No,
Yeah, because like,
is.
let's go to the nursery section.
They have that.
walk over there.
Well, no, they
Yeah.
they used to have a daycare center where they had the small children there, and it's called Småland. And
Aw.
I know, but it's closed down. But over the loudspeaker, they were like, "All IKEA team members, we are reporting in Småland at 2:30." And I was like, "I think go to Småland.
I wanna go to Småland.
Yeah, I'll come to the team meeting."
Yeah, that's funny.
But
Are there people that work at IKEA? Because I don't
know
think you
what?
ever walking around IKEA. You're like, do people
I-
work here, or are we just here to pick up the furniture
No.
and leave?
I was literally like, it was, okay, so I don't know how the IKEAs that you've been to, I've been to different IKEAs in my life, but I can't differentiate between the different IKEAs because
Oh yeah, they're all the same.
they're all the same.
and ginormous and overwhelming to be in.
Right, but the one that I went
Mm-hmm.
to was the one by our college, the one that I went to.
You went all the way to Philly for.
That's the closest one to me.
Wait, you were in Philly and you didn't like.
For what? What was I gonna say? What was I gonna do? Stop by your house?
Hey Jake,
and
I'm at
say
IKEA.
hi?
Do you want to come to IKEA with me?
From
Yeah, Nicole,
I-
I would love some veggie meatballs.
From IKEA, it was probably like another 45 minutes to get to your place.
But
So-
I could have met you over at IKEA.
What would you
I
have done? Would
come
you
there.
helped us load the desk into the car?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
That would have been a nice thing for me to do.
I guess so. Yeah, so
You're like, what would you have done? Something nice? Helped us? Ridiculous. I'm like,
IKEA
wow.
has like all the stages of grief and death, I feel like, or I guess life would be a better example. Sorry, every single time I look into the camera, I literally all I see is Scott from Scott Disick. I almost called him Lord Scott because I forgot what his last name was, but I knew that he had Lord in his name.
He does?
Yeah, he's a lord of something. Like, you can legally become a lord if you have money. But yes, I don't mean to overpower this whole conversation talking about IKEA, but I'm excited about it. And
What's your desk called?
Rava Roar?
Rava Roar? Did you buy a Dungelskog?
No, I did not see any Dungelskogs, but
That's disappointing.
I know, it's okay. Basically, when you walk into IKEA, if no one has ever been to IKEA, absolutely go. I convinced my 2 friends who I was on their podcast.
What podcast?
Keep a lookout when I share the story on my Instagram. So you guys have to follow me on Instagram because I will be sharing. It'll be coming out the Monday before this podcast comes out.
What is the podcast called?
Cut this out.
Wait, you can't?
Cut this out.
Oh, wait, are you not allowed to say? Wait, no. Don't say anything.
I just don't remember the name of it, Jake.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Cut this out.
I'm gonna leave it exposed.
No, it's exactly what I thought.
Do you remember your friends' names?
Yes, Sienna.
Oh, what are their names?
Sienna and Ariana.
Okay.
No, I was just gonna be really extremely embarrassed. I knew. I had a feeling it was with love, your big sisters, because that's what their email was, and I listened to the podcast. But I was gonna be so embarrassed if that's what the podcast was not named and it was completely something else. Like that's
well, then let's redo like that part of the conversation. Ready?
Okay. But
what's the podcast called?
Oh, it's called With Love, Your Big Sisters.
Okay, can you say it more like you knew the name before?
You're gonna keep this all in. I know you are.
No, I'm not gonna keep it in.
I'm giving you permission to keep it all in.
What? That you forgot the name of their podcast?
I didn't forget. I wanted to clarify that I did know the name of their podcast. I didn't want to say it wrong.
Sienna and Ariana, I'm so sorry that you had this trifling... Sienna and Ariana... I'm sorry that you had Nicole on your podcast and she could not remember the name of the podcast.
We had a great time. She did
enjoy being on there, though. Yeah.
I had an absolutely great time. I don't know why I mentioned their podcast or what I was saying.
What did you talk about on there?
Everything. Literally, we talked about friendship, talked about ending our friendship, like you and I. Okay. We talked about college.
Well, wait, let's talk about this then, because
So I can't talk about the stages of grief of
oh my gosh.
IKEA.
You know what? Yeah, finish your thing.
Okay, quickly. Okay, you enter IKEA. It's amazing. You go up an escalator. It's like you're literally like entering into life. Like you are like this soul. And I'm not a religious person, okay? Like I don't know what all of your guys' religions are or beliefs. It doesn't really matter.
Oh my gosh. Did you say you were going to do this quickly? And
you're going off on a religion tangent? This is quick. From what, I mean, this isn't necessarily what I believe, or I don't know what I believe, but you're coming in to this place and you're full of like sin and just like a dirty person coming from the outside world. But as soon as you step foot into IKEA, there's instantly a hand sanitizer that you can cleanse yourself with. And
like a clean slate.
Yeah,
you know?
literally. Beautiful.
IKEA doesn't know who you are.
No one in there knows who you are. You will never see someone that you know inside of IKEA. And then you go up on these beautiful escalators. And I like to think of that as like the signifier of entering into like life. That is you coming out of the womb and entering the real world is when you get up those escalators. You get up the escalators, you enter all these showrooms. Everything is new, everything is fresh, everything smells clean, everything is nice and brand new. The workers upstairs are always friendly and kind to you. This is a symbolic and a signifier of what life is like when you're a child, when you enter the world. It's just all like exciting and new and like looks so good, and you're like, I can't wait until I'm at the end of IKEA because it seems like so exciting. And then as you go on, you start to get kind of tired, but you're like, it's okay because midway checkpoint, meatballs. And then you can And now it's even more exciting because you have so many choices and options, because back then at IKEA, you didn't have so many options. Now there's veggie meatballs and plant balls and all this kind of stuff. And like you get to sit down and enjoy yourself. And then you're like, okay, I'm ready to embark on my journey. Like this is like the signifier of like your like midlife, like your middle age. And then you enter an elevator, at least at mine, or stairs. I took the elevator because I had a cart. So you enter the elevator and you go down a flight. And this is a signifier of like kind of where life goes when there's no more peaking. Like you are not going to peak anymore. And And basically, like, you enter the downstairs world. There's small land downstairs, at least at my IKEA. So I don't know what that means. I think, kids. That's kids. That's what having kids is like. It's downhill. So small land is downstairs, and then they have all the other products that they don't have upstairs. But, like, everything is there. Like, you get to pick stuff up and, like, put in your cart. Like, oh my God, all the fork options that were not upstairs are now suddenly downstairs. But you're fucking exhausted. Like, as you're going through IKEA, you're like, my legs hurt. I've been here for 3 fucking hours, which in, like, you know, real time life, it's probably like 40, 50, you know? And so you're going through IKEA and you're just like, I don't even want to be here anymore. But you can't leave because there's no fucking windows. It's a maze. You can't get out. I had to track down. I was literally sprinting after an employee who was, like, going through all these, like, mazes. Like, suddenly I'm in, like, the home organization center. Then I'm in the utensils
excuse me,
section.
how do I get out? He's like, oh, it's right over here.
Literally start sprinting. So I don't know how, but suddenly I was literally where the bedding was, then the utensils, then the home organization, and then we ended up in the sink aisle. And I'm, like, asking this person for help. He offered me no help. He's like, I can't help you. The only way that you can get this product that you want, because I was like, where can I find the Veraviner? I think that's what it was called, maybe. I think that's what it was. It was an organizer for the drawer. And he was like, the only way that you can get it is if you go back upstairs. I'm like, how do I get back upstairs? And he's like, you can't. And that is what life is like
Oh
when
my
you're older.
gosh.
You're like this, like,
You can't.
young, like, spring chicken your whole life, and you don't know how good you have it. And then you get older, and then you just can't go back.
You realize you've missed so much.
You should have taken the Veraviner when you had the chance. But then you try and, like, justify to yourself, and you're like, the Veraviner was $16 anyway. Like, I don't need it. I can just get this cheap plastic one anyway. Anyway, you're going through life. The employees downstairs are not as kind. You're going through it. Then you're towards the end. And then they have this, like, cart pusher thing where it, like, exudes carts out of it at, like, a rapid speed, like, where you can put heavy furniture on it. It's scary. It's loud downstairs. It looks like a Home Depot. Smells like a Home Depot, too, which is actually kind of relaxing. And you have to basically help yourself. At that point, there are no more employees that can help you with getting the furniture on your cart. You have to get it your damn self. And then there's one last peak of life, which is the clearance section. And if you're like me, then you find the exact desk that you were looking for in the clearance section for 70% off, and all it was from the showroom. That is the last good point of your life, which is usually what people say, like, 24 hours before you're about to die. You usually have, like, a burst of energy, like if you're sick or if you're old. Just saying, that happened to my cat. Happens to a lot of people. And that is the last peak. And then you leave IKEA, and then you're fucking dead. That's, like, symbolic to being dead. Because you leave, you're done. You're tired. Now suddenly you have to put your furniture back into your car over these, like, weird metal bars because, I don't know, they don't want you to, like, back up into IKEA or something. Anyway, it's a mess. So I was not planning on going on this tangent, but it completely makes sense, and it's symbolic, and I felt like I was reborn after going to IKEA, but I also feel like I lost a piece of myself there. Have you been to IKEA?
Wow. Yeah, I've been to IKEA. It's exhausting. It's like going into, like, a BJ's or a Costco. You're like, how much longer do I have to be in here?
And
where am I?
Have you heard of the backrooms?
No.
Okay, I think I got on, like, this weird side of TikTok where basically people believe that, like, there's, like, this other dimension of the world called, like, the back rooms, and there's, like, different layers, and they basically just look like empty offices. I kind of feel like that when I'm in BJ's.
In IKEA?
No, IKEA's, like, good. At least the top floor.
Wait, the back rooms of, like,
no,
reality?
It's like called, like, it's like another, like, alternate, like, universe, like, and dimension called the back rooms. I'm not saying I believe in it. I'm just saying what other people do.
I'm confused. I'm really confused.
They're, like, people are, like, saying, like, you can accidentally enter this other world called the back rooms. But I think people are just actually getting lost in department stores and calling it another dimension.
That's probably what it is. That's, like, really weird.
Okay, let's flash photos on the
gosh.
screen. I want to show people, like, what we're talking about. If you guys are watching the video version on YouTube, I'll send you photos, Jake, of, like, what I'm talking about.
Okay.
People are like, these are the back, like, there's, like, a photo that people are saying, oh yes, this is scary. Ha ha ha. Okay, so the photo that we're showing
what the heck is that? That's weird.
Okay, so the photo that we're showing on this screen now, basically there's, like, a caption to it, and it says, if you're not careful and you no, does that say no clip? Oh,
Yeah, it's like
no
a video
clip.
game term.
Oh, okay. If you no clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the back rooms, where it's nothing but the stink of old moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, the endless background noise of fluorescent lights at maximum hum buzz, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something wandering around nearby, because it sure as hell heard you. And then it's just like a bunch of like different photos of the back rooms. My mom works at a place that 100% I've been in like this whole like back room situation. I've been like terrified of this area, and that's how I feel sometimes in BJ's. But I feel like IKEA probably has some sort of like situation backroom type of vibes. But
that is so weird. That is so strange, and honestly a little horrifying. Like, but you know, there are like people that like love that, because there are people who go like explore like abandoned buildings and abandoned like I think that's like the whole thrill of exploring abandoned things, is like that feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, also they replicate that in horror movies all the time, and in
the
video games.
Thing?
The backrooms thing, where it's like very like it's apocalyptic, right? It's like everybody was wiped off the face of the earth, and it's just you.
Yeah. So.
Like, wait, I'm trying to think of like a really famous in like The Walking Dead, the show. Did you ever watch that?
I had a boyfriend, my very, very first boyfriend, who I dated for a week and a half. He was absolutely obsessed with The Walking Dead, and that's all that we talked about, and my gluten allergy, because we had nothing else in common.
Is that why you broke up? Because The Walking Dead is not that great.
I couldn't fucking take it anymore.
You were like, I can't do this.
I was like, we're
yes. You're like, I'm The Walking Dead at this point.
Yeah, that's what I felt like.
Because I don't know what you're talking about. But in that show, it was like he woke up in a hospital. He like had gone through like a whole coma until like this whole outbreak happened of like the zombie virus or whatever, and he woke up in the hospital and like there was nobody around. Like the whole thing, and it was just like fluorescent lights like flickering and stuff like that. That's a very common like horror movie thing. Yeah, very dystopian post-apocalyptic vibe.
I don't really watch horror movies because I get stressed out, especially if they're like realistic. Like, what are they called? Not psychedelic thrillers, psychological thrillers. That's what they're called.
Oh yeah. I like that. I love horror movies.
No.
I do.
You wanted to ask me about the questions that you asked.
Oh yeah. Can you talk? I want to know what you thought of those.
Yeah. Okay. So for anyone who doesn't know, I posted a video today called "Truth or Drink," except I'm alone. Where basically everyone
laugh?
In the video.
Wait, I'm sorry. I was just thinking about like the whole thing, but go ahead, continue talking about it. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, I just look like Scott Disick so much. No. I really want to do the Truth or Drink video, and I initially was going to drink in it, but then I was like, my stomach has been feeling awful lately. I don't think that this is such a good idea for me to be drinking alcohol, and I haven't in a very long time. And I was just like, I'm okay. I'd rather not hurt my stomach. So instead I drank apple cider vinegar, which isn't much better for your stomach, but
honestly, your intestines are clean.
Yeah, they are.
They are so clean right now.
So clean in terms of like
Spotless.
They are like having second-degree burns clean. Like they are sanitized.
Yes, like it's sanitized. Yeah, you could eat food off of those intestines.
Well, no, some people were commenting. They're like, you literally like apple cider vinegar is probably worse for your stomach than alcohol. Here's the thing. I will throw up from alcohol. I will not throw up from vinegar. Like, I will not puke from that.
Neither will I. I used to suck it out of carpets. Anyway. Love some vinegar.
No, and so I wanted somebody, like most of the videos, they have somebody else in the room to ask the questions. But I don't have that, and I'm not going to record the video with someone else because I never ever make videos with anyone else. So I asked if Jake could read the questions for me and have basically like make like a Google Doc or something with all the questions so that I could be like surprised and have a first impression with the questions. So I
made a slideshow.
Yes, I sent the questions to Jake. I said, no questions about sex, please. And you can...
Which there were so many of those on the questions.
There are a lot.
And like people really want to know a lot about you, Nicole.
I absolutely fucking hate my hair. I don't know what to do. I like it short, but I was going to grow it out so I could go to a hair salon. What do I do?
Nicole, your hair looks fine. Can we continue talking about this? Because I want to know what you thought of the questions that I chose.
Yeah, fine. Okay.
Did you actually like them? Because I was literally like the whole time I was just like...
No, I only cut out like
them.
2, but that was for like the sake of time.
No, it wasn't the poop one, was it?
I left the poop one in.
But you drank for it because you're too afraid to tell everyone.
I did not.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't really any like drink actually for any. Like I answered all of them pretty much truthfully.
Oh, so it was a Q&A.
Pretty much, yeah. I was like, Jake could have done a little juicier here, but I did answer
okay,
the poop
but
question.
I would have put like my own questions in there that I thought would be juicy for you, but I wanted to go by what people were writing in your things. And
so
to
what
be
would
quite
you
honest,
have asked? What would you have asked?
Well, okay, I thought the one about Adam's family not liking you was really funny. I was like, I literally, because somebody just commented, boyfriend family not like you? And I went, this is great. This is great. It's going in there.
The answer is
like,
my boyfriend's family does like me, just to clear the air. So. Oh.
So disappointing.
Sorry to disappoint. They do like me.
If only they knew the real you. I'm just kidding.
They let me have access to their Google Drive so that I can see all their recipes. So I feel like that's a pretty fucking big deal.
Oh my gosh, that is a really huge deal.
I literally have she's so organized. Like, quite literally, our families are so opposite. Like, my mom has, like, random cookbooks all over the house. Like, you might find a cookbook in our bathroom. And, like, nothing is ever followed by recipe. Everything is just always thrown together. We don't have, like, new meals every single, like, night. Like, whereas his mom is like, I'm trying this new meal that I saw off of this blog, and it's using this very rare pepper all the way from Peru, and like that kind of stuff. And she always has amazing recipes, and she always makes them vegan for me and gluten-free and all of that. And so I know, since she's a great baker. So she's always making amazing food for me. Not that my mom doesn't make good food. She does.
Your mom makes delicious food.
My mom makes delicious food. However, there's no such fucking thing as a Google Drive at our home. Like, that does not exist. Meanwhile, like, I can go to a very, very detailed alphabetical order cookbook recipe that is Adam's mom's. And I love that.
Nice.
Yes.
Good for you.
Thank
Good
you so
her.
much. No, but I like the questions that you chose for me. I think it made for a good video.
Good.
I think people are liking it so far. So
thank
you for the questions.
I also there were like a lot of questions about me in there, and I was just like, I'm not gonna make like I was like, I'll give Jake one question, and then like the rest will just be like actual questions, because I was like, there was like, well, a lot of them were like, do you actually like Jake? And I'm thinking to myself, are people just saying that because they hate me?
Yeah, are people just saying that because
like they're like there's no way Nicole could like this kid, like, because I hate him. And I was like, what are they trying to say? No,
what's the worst question that you saw in there? Because I didn't read them all. I just like all of the ones that were sent to me. I just like skimmed through them when I was sending them to you.
Oh, a lot of them. Wait, worse in like the most scandalous, or like worse in like why?
Up to you.
Just like I would. Well, a lot of them were like, literally, I think about 50 people asked you, like, least favorite YouTuber, like, or YouTuber that you hate that everybody likes. And I was like,
I don't think I have one.
And I was like, Nicole does not like even like hang out with other YouTubers.
Yeah.
like you hang out with like Alex World, which like, okay, so basically, Nicole hangs out with like probably 5 other people on the influencer social media,
and all online. I've never met these people in real
and all
life.
exactly. Yeah. And so I'm like, there's no like, y'all, she's living in Pennsylvania, not New York or Los Angeles.
Yeah, no.
So you were like, every answer to that, it's like Jake Robka.
For most popular or for most toxic influencer, which was the first question. Spoiler alert, if you guys haven't watched the video yet, I'm going to answer it here. I literally said in it, I was like, I literally cannot think of one that I know personally because I'm not friends with people who I find toxic or weird. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna talk about weird or toxic people on, like, I'm not gonna be friends with them. So the only people who I mentioned that I find,
annoying or toxic?
No, sorry, I just saw something on my wall.
There was also like a lot of people asking you like opinions on James Charles and
what do you
like
want
David
me to,
Dobrik stuff.
What do you want
and
me to
I'm
say?
like,
they fucking suck. Like, yeah,
exactly. Like, really, like I was like that's not even. So,
like, what do you think my opinion is gonna be?
Every question that was on there, it was like, Nicole will answer this very easily. You know, I was like, I don't know, if I had to ask you a question, it would probably be like,
I basically said that in the thing. I was like, the people, I drank for it too, because I was like, I don't have an answer for you, because all the people who I'm like friends with who are influencers are all amazing people and like very, very kind and great, amazing humans. I was like, people who I know of, but not personally, who I think are toxic or bad, are the ones who are literal criminals and like predators and stuff. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna say?
You're like, well, I'm really good friends with James Charles, but I think he's a horrible person. So, James Charles. Yeah, no, it's like, yeah. What was another question that I put in there? Oh, would you save Clem or Adam from a burning building?
I said Clem because she's an influencer.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Clementine has like deadlines and she has business meetings and
That's true.
You know what I mean? I can't lose her.
Nicole,
no, what I was gonna say was,
but if Adam even got one free thing from a company, then I would consider saving him from a
he
burning
got
building.
offered one recently on Instagram.
That's what I'm saying. So like Adam has not gotten that yet, so he has nothing really to provide.
Well, true. Adam got a DM recently, something about like boss babes, like something about networking for. It was like a clothing brand for women, and he got one, and I was like, you're gonna give this burly man your Boss Babes t-shirt, and I was like, this has to be like some sort of sick joke, but they messaged him and was like, hey Boss Babe, and he was like, Nicole,
hey,
I just got my first
hey,
like
Boss Babe
influencer DM. But yeah, I would save Clementine for sure, just because she's a small little baby and she's perfect, and also like when Meowbox keeps sending her toys, what am I gonna do if my cat is dead? Like, I have to.
So true. You're not gonna have any cats to give Meowbox.
Exactly. So I would save Clementine. If Adam can't save himself, then I don't know what to do.
Yeah, honestly, Adam's supposed to be able to do that.
Exactly.
That's the least he could do, is save himself from a burning building.
When Adam and I were on our first date, I said to him, do you feel like you could single-handedly save yourself from a burning fire, yes or no?
And he said, what?
He said, I don't know. I was kind of looking for a boss babe that could do that for me.
And you said, well, you came to the wrong place.
Because I'm actually a girl boss, not a boss babe.
Not a boss babe, unfortunately.
I was pretty close to calling myself a boss babe like a few years ago.
Oh, back in your like lifting phase?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if that had happened, I feel like this whole podcast and your whole career would have fell through.
Yeah, well, thank God that I stopped lifting and got out of shape and never became a boss babe.
Yeah, thank God. Nicole, what other questions did you like on there? Because I was just really stressed out because I was like, wow, I really have to make this video good. But
essentially, you were fully responsible for the entire video.
Essentially, because I had to make it. I wanted to put in questions that I thought you might drink to. Mm-hmm.
How's your week?
Oh my gosh. Well, actually, my week was pretty good. It was. Wait, where is Adam right now? Is he in North Carolina?
Yeah. You're not even looking at me. You're looking straight and thinking, where's Adam right now?
Where's Adam right now? Is he in North Carolina?
Yeah, he's in North Carolina.
He is? Okay, wait, cool.
He goes to school there.
He does?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm gonna go to North Carolina.
Okay.
To hang out with Adam.
Stop by and say hi. He has a couch.
Oh, no. I'm staying over.
Oh, he would let you stay over.
A week-long trip, me and Adam.
Boys night. Boys week.
Yeah, boys week. You know, if I asked if I could go stay at Adam's apartment for a week, he'd be like, sure.
Absolutely. He would be like, let me take you on a tour. Let me take you to my 3D printing center.
He does not have that, does he?
He has to go and 3D print every single day. It's not his personal one, but he has to like work at a 3D printing place every day.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
He's so cool. Anyway, enough about Adam. Wow, we did not pass the Bechdel test.
Yeah, what the fuck?
We talked about Adam way too much.
Actually, I think you should get rid of, like, you should, I think that this podcast should just be me from now on, so that it passes the Bechdel test.
Yeah, you're right.
If you guys don't know what the Bechdel test is, it's essentially where all the men die.
Yeah, in a movie. Oh, I'm sorry, in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you okay, I wanted to talk about this with you because it's been on my mind, and it's been something that I've just been thinking about. What do you think I'm gonna say? Are you getting nervous?
No, I'm just
I
looking
like
at the camera,
literally
like
can't.
I'm doing a Miley Cyrus impression.
Don't do that again.
Hey y'all.
Stop.
Hey y'all.
No, I wanted to
and stuff like that. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
I wanted to talk to you about this thing because you're into music and whatever the fuck you do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I actually don't sing anymore because I changed my Instagram handle.
Oh yeah, Jake no longer sings. It's now Jake no singing.
Yeah, it's I stuck it to the industry and I said Jake no singing. Yeah. Anyway, what about music?
Nothing. I've just been thinking a lot about industry plants and like what it means to be an industry plant.
Is it because you saw that TikTok about that girl group who made that thing where they were like, I'd rather die than date another straight white guy?
You're giving them too much credit for the vocals that you're using right now. You're like, I'd rather die. Like, you sound like beautiful.
I'd rather die
than hook up with another straight white guy.
Yes. Wait, why?
Nothing, because I was just thinking about, like, okay, what can I talk about with Jake after I'm done talking about IKEA and Smallland and my amazing week
and the 5 stages of grief of IKEA.
How I'm a girl boss and everything. And I thought about industry plants and, like, don't ever do that again. I literally hate that you just did that. Basically, for anyone who doesn't know what an industry plant is, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like basically people who are like the music industry will like plan certain celebrities or certain groups to get like big and famous and like like whatever. And I remember hearing about like people saying like Billie Eilish is an industry plant and like Clairo's an industry plant. And I met someone who was like kind of sort of in like the music industry, but like had like their toes in or whatever. But no. There was another girl who I like spoke with, and she was kind of like talking bad. I didn't like the conversation and like where it was headed. It was like coming from a very like nasty, mean place. Like it was like almost out of like jealousy, and she was like
that you were having with her.
Not Danny, the girl that I was telling you about, like from...
Oh, okay, wait. Yeah, so wait, restart this story.
Okay.
Because I'll just put it in.
Okay, so, no, I was speaking to someone, like, quite a while ago, who was kind of sort of, like, knew people in the music industry and stuff. And I didn't like where the conversation was, like, going, because it just seemed very, like, judgmental and, like, mean and, like, mean-spirited and rooted out of jealousy and not, like, kindness. And this girl was telling me, she's like, yeah, like, for example, like, this artist doesn't actually, like, write their own music. Like, this person actually writes it all for them. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I know someone who was, like, speaking badly about all these artists being, like, industry plants. And I, like, assume that maybe there is a possibility that all of these people are industry plants until I actually realized what one really was, which is this, like, girl group that's now, like, on TikTok.
What are they called? Tramp Stamp?
Tramp Stamp or Tramp Stamps or something like that.
Yeah, it's, honestly, an industry plant is just, like, a group or a person making music that, like, is clearly meant to have, like, buzzwords and stuff like that. Do I think that, like, an industry plant, though, like, completely negates, like, a good artist? Not necessarily.
I heard another one of their songs today, and it was like, what the government doesn't want you to know is that tampons should be free, Donald Trump is a robot from Russia, and something else, birth control is I don't know, something else.
It's literally buzzwords. They're just trying to get their stuff.
It's Tumblr.com. Like, but I decided to creep on these girls who are in this now supposed girl group. And I was like, these girls are 100%, they were never friends before this. Like, they are not friends. You know what I mean? And if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, please just, like, look up the song I'd Rather Die and, like, Tramp Stamp, whatever.
I don't think you can find the song yet. I don't think it's even been released.
It has.
Oh, because I tried looking up the lyrics, like, I'd rather die than hook up with another straight right guy.
They took it off of Genius.
No.
The lyrics. But
why?
I don't know, but the music video was up as of yesterday, but like you can tell like a real band that starts out, because I know this because there's many people from like my hometown or even from Philly who have started a band. I can't take you seriously. Many people have started a band, and you can tell like when they're starting out because they don't have a lot of money for production of their music or even production of like music videos and like all this other stuff. And these girls have full blown productions for everything. They all have bright, like perfect, like one has pink hair, one has purple hair, one has blue hair. Their outfits don't look like something natural that they have put together themselves. They look like something that was orchestrated for them. Like they just seem like they're not acting like themselves. So I decided to creep on their profiles, and they all decided early January, well, the industry decided early January that they were all going to dye their hair different colors and announce that they have a new song called Sex With Me coming out, and that they were this new band that met at a bar. Where are you meeting people at a bar during COVID? You liars. True. You liars. They were like, we met at a bar and decided to write an album. And like, I was like, I just don't believe that. And so the one girl, I literally looked her up, and she's like a songwriter and like a producer. And like, she's like literally the vocals for a Sims 4 expansion pack. Like video, like she has a
legend.
Yeah, she has a very good career of hers that she's just like working on all this music for different productions and everything. And now suddenly like her whole persona has changed. Like she looked like she was living a very normal like married life, like working very hard, and now suddenly she's like, I'm in this new punk rock band targeted towards young teen girls, and I'm going to dress like exactly what the opposite of my style is and act exactly the opposite of what my style, like, and I just, that makes me so sad that people would change their whole lives and who they are as a person for the sake of like having success in music. I don't know. That just makes me sad as someone who's not even in the music industry.
We would never.
But anyway, this just made me think about like other people a little bit more. Like I said, like Billie Eilish and like Clairo, because a lot of people are like, they're industry plants. But I don't remember people ever saying that any men are from like an industry plant. You know what I mean?
Here's what I'm going to say. Okay, yes, I would agree. Well, people said Lil Nas was an industry plant.
Oh yeah, people did say that.
But here's what I'm going to say. K-pop groups, like a lot of K-pop groups, are groups that are like picked up. They pick up a bunch of random people and they take them through like a boot camp for how to do all of it, right?
Yeah.
And they're still successful, and nobody says anything about them. And in fact, nobody should be saying anything about them because they're fantastic. That's low-key what happened
to One Direction.
Exactly. One Direction is basically an industry plant, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, all
they were picked together. I know, like, and all K-pop stands, we're gonna lose our entire.
No, like, I love those K-pop groups. I think they're fantastic. What I'm trying to say is that like
this is like a thing.
When,
I
why are like the American groups or whatever, like why is it an issue when they're being like produced? I guess like if you don't like it, then don't listen to their music, don't support it, right? But the fact that they're an industry plant to me doesn't like make them not an artist. If they're singing and whatever.
Oh, I just think that, like, but for example, like the band Tramp Stamp, they would have all been way better off doing what they're doing, because now I feel like this is...
Agreed, but like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I hate that. I hate Tramp Stamp, and I hate their... I hate the actual tattoos, and I hate the... I was like... I hate what Tramp Stamps are called. I hate the word tramp.
Oh, yeah.
But like, yeah, and that song sounds like it sucks, right? But like, clearly, it's a failed industry plant thing, right?
I know, so, like, it just makes me so sad, and I think it's just so interesting watching it happen. It feels like a literal like YouTube experiment. It looks like one of those like YouTubers who would make the video called I faked being in a band to see how people would react. People like do that. Like people have made videos similar to that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like to that extent, but I guess
I get it.
I think I'm just sad for these people because like I've had experiences in, like, for example, like the YouTube sphere where friend groups
You've had
are like...
experiences in the YouTube sphere?
Believe it or not.
Oh my gosh, drugs in the YouTube sphere.
No, people, like, friend groups, a lot of them are planned. Like, a lot of friend groups are, like, pre-planned and packaged, like the ones that you see on
Emma Chamberlain, YouTube. the Dolan twins, and James Charles
the Doyle
were pre-planned.
Twins.
The Doyle twins. Ew, can you imagine if their last name was Doyle?
I had an extreme...
There are no famous Doyles.
I had an extreme suspicion in, like, when we were sophomores.
That they were industry plants?
That the sister squad was... I had this whole theory, and I contemplated making a video about it, but then I never did. About, and my theory was that James Charles planned the whole friend group. That's why it's literally called the sister squad. Like, it's his friend group that he created. He knew that someone as viral as Emma Chamberlain and two hot twins as hot and viral as the Dolan. I didn't need to call them hot twice in a sentence. That was really unnecessary of me.
Two hot twins as hot and viral.
So hot and sexy.
So hot, yeah.
That all of them banded together would create something so massive. And that was, I felt like that was not authentic nor planned because I never ever saw that they would hang out. And then my suspicion was that Emma Chamberlain and that Ethan Dolan never actually dated in real life. And that was like planned by James Charles and everything. I had this whole theory and I was like, should I sit down and make a video about this? And I was like, no, this is stupid. Like, I'm not going to make a video about someone else's life. But I was like, I was talking with my friends about it and I was like, I have this suspicion. Watch, I'm going to be right. And like, I'm not completely in denial of it, but it's just hard to believe. And I know for a fact that a lot of the friend groups that are on YouTube, so many of them are planned, and most of them are not friends in real life. And
do you think
that probably
planned?
happens with TikTok. Yeah, you and I are industry plans.
Yeah,
like my big industry, my big record label.
Do not call it that.
What?
Don't call your P word your industry plant. Your big industry. Nicole's big industry.
My big industry told
Looking
me...
into Nicole's big industry.
Yeah, okay, so the truth about my big industry.
The truth about my big industry.
My big industry is full of secrets. My big industry was like, you need to add more people into your circle of your big industry. And
they were like, you need more men.
Yeah, Nicole, we have a very bad sneaking suspicion that you hate men on your channel. It's actually starting to negatively impact your channel. A lot of men are actually turning away. That's why you only have like 7% of men. We need to add a man into your life somehow because your boyfriend clearly is not present enough because you guys are long distance. We don't even know if he exists at this point. You could just pay him once every few times a year. And Jake,
to make an appearance, yeah.
Right, and Jake, however, is necessary. So you need to add a man into your life and quickly. And that's what I did. And that's
how this podcast came to be. This is an industry plant podcast.
I was like, oh my God, I already have a podcast. Do I need another? And they're like, yeah, you need to post content at least once a week to prove this.
Yeah, eventually they're going to be like, you need a whole like separate YouTube channel now for like a Jake Nicole joint YouTube channel. Because it's not working, the podcast.
Do you hate the fact that you share a name with Jake Paul?
No.
I would.
I don't think about it.
I'd change it.
Do you hate the fact that you have the name Nicole and like every other person on the face of the earth has that name?
I don't know any other Nicole other than
I know a lot of
Kidman.
Nicoles.
Who?
I mean, just like people that I know.
I don't think so. I've never heard you be like
Nicole Richie.
Like, yeah, that's okay. And what?
Nicole Minaj.
She literally doesn't even go by Nicole, so
she doesn't have her name. Her full name is Onika, not.
Oh well,
Nicole.
then why'd you lie?
It was a joke.
Oh, well, it's not funny because I'm the only Nicole that you know.
I've been listening to a lot of Hannah Montana, like a lot.
This has nothing to do with the fact that you
so much Hannah Montana. I cannot stop when she goes. We haven't met, and that's okay. Do you know that song? Asking for me one day. Don't wanna wait in line. The moment is mine, believe me. Don't close your eyes. That's a great song.
I used to have the double CD. Thanks so much for listening to this podcast. We hope that you liked it. Please make sure to leave us a rating and review because we love reading them. We also like looking at them from time to time. When I'm brave enough, I take a little sneaky peeky. And also make sure to follow us on our Instagram. It's just @TalkNastyPodcast. Also check out our YouTube page where we now post the video versions 2 days after they are uploaded, meaning that on Thursday you can watch the video version of this podcast. Also follow us on our social media. Jake, take it away with the rating and review.
This review comes from Xenia.
Okay.
I think. Or Z. Henya. Could be any of them. Okay. I've seen some bad tweets, but this podcast makes me A-okay. I don't know what that means, but I love it. Oh, I get it. It's like a play on our title. Anyway. I'm like so clueless. I'm not a big podcast listener. Before checking out Miss Nikki Nasty's, I'd only listened to a few episodes of Office Ladies, but that quickly got old for me. I don't particularly care that much about The Office. And I kind of fell off the potty train. However, I started listening to I Saw Your Tweet, Are You Okay? A few weeks ago. And when I tell you, it has improved my mental state. I am not kidding you. This podcast is like a breath of fresh air. As a few people have said, it functions well as a comfort podcast. Whenever I'm feeling down, alone, or anxious, I turn it on and am immediately soothed by the discourse shared between Jake and Nicole. The jokes make me laugh, the content is very relatable, and it's always special when you know some background information about what they're talking about. Example, I watched Nicole's Insta stories and with the puppy face filter, and then they talked about it on episode 11. Oh, wow. Given, like, us... She's citing her sources. She's citing her sources. Or he. She or he. They. That. Yeah, I love that. And I was like, oh, my God. I remember that. Wow. It really feels like I'm sharing a good conversation with friends whenever I listen, and it never fails to raise my spirits. Nicole, I want to let you know that I love you. Oh. And Jake, Illy, too. And your editing is just chef's kiss. I encourage you, if you're looking for a new podcast to frequent, to check this one out, because I don't think that you'll regret it. And guys, thanks guys, and keep up the great work. Smiley face.
That's so sweet. I like that because I can't imagine anyone liking this podcast, so that's so kind of them.
No, that is really nice. There's a lot of people requesting that I bring back Funky Bunch, so thank you, Funky Bunch, for tuning in. Thank you, Funky Bunch, for tuning in. Anyway, yes, okay.
Jake and cool. I both need to go drain our bussy bags, so we gotta go.
Gotta go. The bussy calls. Nicole, wait, let's do like this like cool thing where we like is this just you like is this just you turning your camera off, or is it you covering your thing?
I cover the camera first and then I turn it off. Ready?
Ready?
So do it together with me.
Okay.
Bye.